listening to the Agent Survival Guide podcast, a podcast for today's insurance agents. Informing, educating, empowering, improving the way you do business in an industry that's anything but static. In today's episode, prepare for CMS secret shoppers with our best practices. Learn what Medicare secret shoppers are looking for in How to Stay Compliant During All Medicare Sales, written by Cassidy Potts. During the 2023 Annual Enrollment Period, or AEP, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, reviewed thousands of complaints and found that many beneficiaries were receiving misleading or inaccurate information. Consequently, CMS started more heavily monitoring Medicare marketing practices through increased secret shopping. CMS employs secret shoppers who call numbers associated with TV ads, newspaper ads, mailings, and internet searches to get a glimpse of the beneficiary experience. Agents should expect this closer scrutiny to continue for the 2024 AEP. If you make an effort to prioritize compliance every time you make a sale, you'll make both your clients and the secret shoppers happy. Let's get into some specifics on compliance efforts you should focus on. First, record marketing, sales, and enrollment calls with CallVault. If you sold Medicare Advantage products last enrollment season, you already know that the CMS 2023 final rule required all marketing, sales, and enrollment calls with Medicare beneficiaries to be recorded in their entirety. While it may sound tedious to manage recording your calls, Ritter Insurance Marketing's in-house software development team produced an easy solution. CallVault allows you to easily record and store both outbound marketing calls from a client's record in the Ritter platform and inbound calls received at a unique generated phone number. Not only should this help your clients feel safer, which is always the main goal, but recording your calls prepares you to be mindful for a secret shopping encounter. Next up, obtain permission to contact. It's a good idea to become an expert on permission to contact, or PTC for short. This is the starting point when connecting with a potential client. PTC exists to protect consumers from unsolicited outreach from agents selling Medicare products, and secret shoppers will be on the lookout for any deceitful tactics. Always remember that you must allow the beneficiary to initiate contact. If you use business reply cards or BRCs to connect with prospects, you should be aware that they now expire after 12 months. We recommend tracking the start and stop date within your CRM. One of this year's biggest changes: secure scopes of appointment 48 hours ahead of time. Before you meet one-on-one with a client, either in person or over the phone, you must also obtain a scope of appointment, or SOA. New for the 2024 AEP, in order to remain compliant, there must be 48 hours between an SOA and the actual appointment. Exceptions to this rule include when a beneficiary is 4 days or less from the end of a valid enrollment period or an unscheduled walk-in. Ultimately, you don't need to worry about secret shoppers if you stay up to date and in compliance with all CMS rules. Yes, you need to be careful when it comes to SOAs and BRCs, but you also need to become familiar with the final rule on an annual basis. Each year, there are new and updated Medicare marketing rules for agents. as of their 2024 final rule, CMS has prohibited the use of the Medicare name, CMS logo, and products issued by the federal government in a misleading way. Agents should also refrain from using superlatives, generalizing savings, and marketing benefits in areas where they're not available. Now that agents are considered third-party marketing organizations, or TPMOs for short, you must follow TPMO-associated compliance rules. This means your marketing and communication updates must include a standard TPMO disclaimer. How does that translate into the real world? Well, if you want your prospect to feel confident and empowered, allow them to take control of the communication. Using direct mailers to reach potential clients puts them in control, and as long as your marketing remains compliant, it will also satisfy secret shoppers who may come across it. Agents who partner with Ritter can also use Shop and Enroll, a branded web page complete with URL and digital selling tools. Consumers can navigate to your page and complete an electronic scope of appointment right then and there to initiate contact. Not only does this give your prospects control, but the interaction is CMS compliant and recorded in the Ritter platform, our agent CRM. We'll have more information about Shop and Enroll in the notes, including how to get your free site. Before we wrap up the discussion on secret shoppers, let's go over what secret shoppers look for. First and foremost, I have to say it, when you're answering questions from any client, remember to just take your time and answer to the best of your ability. If you don't know the answer, say that rather than giving incorrect information. Now, let's talk guidelines to ensure compliance during all sales. We've got you covered with some common questions from Secret Shopper scorecards. General questions included the following. Did the agent cover enrollment periods? Was free used when referring to plan premiums or benefits? Were materials distributed with a CMS approval code? Did the materials display information for the current year? On the product front, did the agent announce what products would be presented at the beginning of the presentation? Did the agent explain the difference between Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement plans? Were enrollment eligibility requirements discussed? Was the plan's provider network explained? Did the agent review plan benefits and costs, including cost sharing? And finally, some additional questions. Did the agent say they were an employee of CMS or AARP? Did the agent say that any plans were endorsed by Medicare, CMS, or AARP? Did the agent offer any incentives to enroll? Did the agent make it clear that there is no obligation to enroll in the plan? Were any non-healthcare related products presented? Now, keep in mind, these questions are examples of some possible questions that secret shoppers may use to evaluate their interaction with agents. This list is by no means comprehensive. Also, please remember, if you do suspect someone is a secret shopper, don't treat them differently than a consumer. While it may feel tedious to follow all of the CMS requirements, it's important that your clients feel informed and in control at every step of the sales process. As long as you answer questions as best as you can and make an effort to put compliance first, you'll be ready to impress. And if you're looking for more episodes like this one or some of the resources we mentioned today, you'll find those in our episode notes. While you're there, we would love it if you take a moment to follow along with our show so you don't miss out on future episodes like this one. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing, an integrity company. This episode was written by Cassidy Potts. Script proofing by Tina Lamoureux. Recording and production by me, Sarah Ruppel. Podcast design by Urban Rivera. Artwork by Vivian Zhao. Rate and review our show on Apple or Spotify.